button. Honky tonk jump scare.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Mistwarden Shroud. This is episode 30, by my count, Tossed Shadows and Deviled Eggs. Last we left our heroes. They were deep in the caverns of Umbraverna. After making a deal with a being known as Famine, they tricked the dragon Ebb, the Nightworm, into going into a deep hibernation before fulfilling their pact. And that's basically all that happened. The rest was just conversation about how they were going to go about doing that.
There's a lot of will we, won't we, go back on our word.
We willed and we wanted.
I can't believe we did that right.
We figured that we almost blew it by just walking out, having Famine walk out and try and give the command.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were this close.
Dude,
Really goofing it up. But we did. But you did.
Two of our players having forged a pact, a warlock pact, if you will, with Famine at the end of the last episode. But there's still one little thing that the heroes have to deal with before they can leave this cavern. The seed of evil, the corrupted egg / heart of Rex Lover that Ebb has created inside what she lovingly calls the cradle. So, as we fade back, our heroes also looted the hell out of the dragon's
We sure did.
horde.
We freaking did.
Something else.
Things.
Something else very important that happened that you didn't mention. Dirk got fucking killed
He got
Yeah.
blasted.
because
Yeah.
Maxie is a real one.
And because Dirk's a narc.
Yes.
ACAB. All kobolds are bastards.
Yes, Maxie did take out Dirk at the request of the party and has joined back up with the crew. So yeah, we are going to open back in the main cavern that Ebb once filled. Now there's a lot less treasure than there once was. There's still more treasure than the group can really carry. They have.
I can carry so much.
You have a lot. You have a lot. You've kind of filled your pockets to the point that all of you are obscenely wealthy. As a group.
All of us have disadvantage on stealth checks now.
You all
We're just
jingle.
jingling.
Clink, clink.
I already did.
Maxie's like grabbed a few for herself, a few like handfuls of gold. But the party now. Oh, now that you're figuring out what to do, Famine walks through the portal, now free to enter this area. And he kind of looks around, a small smile on his face, long red hair falling down, and kind of like his hair is long enough that it's like almost dragging on the ground a little bit. What do y'all do?
Do you want a haircut
Oh,
or a braid?
perhaps later.
It's just it's in the dirt.
That's fine. I kind of like the grittiness, the sensation that it's feeling. Keep in mind, I have been trapped in this weird extraplanar hole for a long time, so just the ability to feel dirt on me, feel cruddy, it's kind of new and unique. The bath will also be nice. I think he kind of reaches down and like actually grabs like some of the dust and begins like rubbing it between his hands.
A dust bath like a chinchilla.
I'm not familiar with this creature. Is it ferocious?
They're wily and terrifying.
And fluffy.
Can cross a room in less than a second.
A chinchilla. Yes.
Makes great coats.
Oh. Huh.
For those who are
Interesting.
brave enough to hunt one.
I'm back in. Perhaps I shall find an image of this beast and make it my new mascot of my house.
Your
or
coat of
something.
arms.
Yes, that's the one.
Dylan, you're an amazing artist. Why don't you...
Were any of my iterations good at art?
Rosemary was pretty convincing.
I mean, you tell
I
me.
mean,
all
look
of your
at
iterations,
this.
all of your
My nose
iterations
doesn't look like that.
had some form of hobby that they would delve into. But I'm going to let you decide what any and all of those were. And some of those hobbies were artistic. Some of them not so. Like Garlic's hobby, you remember actually being kind of macabre. So do with that what you will.
You see 1,000-yard stare as you ask, were you artistic? Just, no. No.
But Famine stands up and says, oh yes, so you wanted to deal with Ebb's egg, and then we get out of here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I got distracted by all of the shiny things.
Gold.
I certainly understand the mortal desire for gold and all that. I remember feeling similarly about it at one point.
Did anyone take the +1 shield?
I thought you did.
I thought you did.
I think we're
I thought I did too, but I wanted to double check.
yours.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate.
Yeah, so the party kind of like finishes their looting, arming up. I was gonna pull out. I'll make a magic item thing for your +1 shield later, just so it's on site. But that's something you probably just add to your back. There's not really a lot of description about a +1 shield.
Yeah. You got a really nice shield.
Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
shiny.
Whoa.
I have a 22 AC.
That's too many.
It's not enough.
Dude, I miss my floating shield.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
to, dang, I can't think.
Can
of
I
these,
have a floating
Eldritch
shield
levels.
along with this shield?
Eldrick had like 24
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah, you technically can.
I don't think there's a precedent for it, but
And
Why not?
then
if they won't let me
take
have
this shield spell.
if they won't let me have 4 arms, you can't have 2 shields. I'm sorry.
You would just be too powerful.
I know. I'm aware. All I want to do is hold a 2-handed sword in one hand and a shield in the other hand, but they won't even let me do that.
If I have a shield, what if I forego having a weapon and just have shields?
That would be a whole build that we could talk about, but I don't feel like is going to be relevant for this particular campaign.
Damn, the whole campaign.
But raw, it doesn't matter. You can only collect the shield bonus once.
That's so dumb. I'm so protected.
Maxie, I think, chimes up. She's like, well, I have to say it's been very lucrative hanging out with you. Are we leaving this hole in the ground? I'd really love to get to some sort of real civilization.
I think
Shortly.
we would like to deal with the unfathomable evil in the other room before we leave.
The growing problem.
You have any
Mhm.
suggestion, Maxie?
Fire?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, actually.
Probably just cut the egg sac open and kill whatever's inside, right?
I don't like the way that's phrased.
It's technically correct.
What? Do you think I brought a chainsaw with me?
Emotionally damaging.
Nosebleed.
Whatever
Yeah,
that thing is, it sounds horrifying.
yeah, Maxie begins like, she's like, all right, well, let's go deal with it then, and begins strolling out.
No, I could use my speak with plants spell, and I'm gone. Goodbye. I could use my speak with plants spell and crush the egg, have the like vines crush the egg, unless something crazy has happened in the time that we've been gone, because we could show up and everything's different. So, but
I mean, what if she was controlling the growth rate, and now that we've taken her out, it's just growing exponentially?
exponentially.
I will say it started growing pretty exponentially as soon as it got the Ring of Regeneration. So
Oops.
it has been doing lots of things.
Yeah,
Can
oopsie.
we get that back, or is that like absorbed in the thing now?
Well,
I
I'm sure if
imagine
we
it's
cut it
so.
open, as against it as all of you are,
Does that mean that like all the shadows spill out too? Buster,
I
you gonna
would
get your shadow
assume.
back?
Honestly, after it has been laundered in shadow, I don't know if I want it back. I don't know how much of it will be my shadow, how much of it will be other people's shadow.
I'm gonna go. Dylan, do you want to help? I'm gonna get the sword out that Ev
Oh.
gave me.
I'll get
Oh.
the longsword of life stealing out. Feels appropriate.
Do you want to like try to like stab it and then like open it up, or do you just want to
Yeah,
just
we're
try to
gonna-
smash it?
We're gonna cut the egg sac open and then murder whatever's inside of it.
Right. I was just thinking like leverage, like stab it, you know, and then like we like do with both our swords. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. I was just gonna stab and like run across.
That'll work.
You could.
You
could
take the
jump-
right side. I'll take the left side.
You could jump up
There we go.
and.
Can I, Tobias, I'm sorry, can I just do the jump up and you can do the across and it'll look really cool?
Yeah, like an X strike. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a combo move. It's like a combo technique.
Dylan's just getting pumped right now.
I just realized that like I have it in my kit to do the whole like sheathed katana, swing and
no.
teleport, like run through somebody and teleport, be like, and then resheath and have them die, like fall over dead.
So anime.
Is that a short-term goal for your character?
Yeah, my short-term
Yeah.
goal is to do a really cool EI slash.
Short-term goal.
Yeah, just a reminder to remember to update short-term, long-term goals so you can get that sweet, sweet extra inspiration.
Sweet, sweet.
Sweet,
Yeah,
sweet,
when
sweet.
I try to stab the with the short sword that Eb gave me, I want to try to see if I can absorb any of the shadow within it with the sword, but I don't know if that would work or not. But I want to try.
All right, so you guys head to the cradle first, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
I guess in as sneaky a way as possible. But
I mean, can't we just shut the
Yeah.
door behind us and be like,
well, yeah, but we're jingling and jangling.
Eb's having a moment?
She's having a little bit of a
It's
mentee
our
bee.
reward
Oh, yeah.
for dealing with her problem.
Yeah, I think we do want to like hurry up and be quiet though. I don't know like how big of a sound it would take to wake up that dragon.
Oh,
think-
the-
If we
Eb
didn't
should
wake
be-
her up with all the loot, she's probably good.
I'm sure she'll be asleep for quite some time. You guys begin heading out. Say as you begin heading there, I think the first thing you notice Because you had left a few kobolds behind. There's like some kobolds that usually guard the cradle, and there's some that kind of followed you here with Dirk that stayed behind at the cradle itself. Um, I think you hear whispering first as you approach,
I don't like
and
that.
you notice that all the kobolds seem to be like looking inside the room, like chattering with each other, but keeping their distance, but looking inside. And you notice the light, which has generally been like purple glowing from inside the room, has now like the light you're seeing pour out of this room now looks more reddish in tint or pink almost as you're approaching.
That's rough.
That's
Hmm.
usually not a good sign.
That's not the. That ain't it. Gang.
It's a girl.
Hooray!
Jesus Christ.
I think Dylan just blurts that out and it's just like, just gonna put my mask on. I'm sorry.
Jeez. I'm
But you
gonna-
continue to hear that like loud heartbeat coming from the room, though those seem to be beating pretty quickly.
I'm gonna preemptively cast protection from evil and good on myself. Just feels like one of those things that you should do.
Famine is actually going to take a beat here, and he says, I said I would help you, so here we go. If each of you will line up for me for a moment. And he will cast Death Ward on
Aw.
each of you.
On all of
Huh.
us?
Mm-hmm.
My man.
He can do
Holy
it on
crap.
4 of you. So he doesn't do it on, like, Maxi, but he does it on the 4 of you.
Okay.
How long does that last?
I'm pretty sure until you...
Until we
die,
fall, I think.
Either 8 hours or till you die.
8
or
hours,
24
yeah.
hours.
8 hours.
And here's this.
It
just
might
for you.
be
Thank
worth it to just have Maxi run and get Armand and Lucky
Hmm.
while we take care of this and be ready for a hot exit.
Sure.
Famine,
That's
have you
fine.
been to Nevershire Springs before?
Yes. Long time ago now, but I've been there.
Are you capable of teleportation?
No, but if we need to, I can take us back through the Shadowfell portal and find us a path that way.
Okay. That might be dangerous if I know anything about Shadowfell. Do you have any way of giving me knowledge of your experience of Nevershire Springs? Any sort of memory that you can give me?
Um,
There is like a level 1 or a cantrip or something. There's a spell that you can like give memories. I think.
because you've got a pact with him, so I'm going to say he's like, oh yes, since we've got a pact now, I have a little more ability to do mind stuff with you than I might once have. I'm not really great at that type of stuff, as I mentioned before, but
Right.
we are bonded, you and I. And you
Hmm.
feel your stomach like rumbles out loud, like at the mention of the bond.
Mm. Right. Yes, so I will take this knowledge when I start when things either get really, really bad, or if we kill thing and egg, we gather on me, all hold hands, I will get us out. Because now I have memory of something that I did not do. This is I must grip with this for a little bit actually. Or in memory.
Damn. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
It's different.
Of course.
Do you want us to take a moment for you to process?
No, I'm good. I've got many of my own memories to rifle through.
Do you want me to go ahead and give you that memory now?
Oh, yeah, man. I thought you already did with the stomach garbling. Yes, please.
No, that's just like a normal thing that happens. Here, come here. And he
Ah.
like moves forward and like leans forward and
Felt
like
hunger.
presses a kiss on your forehead, Buster. And yeah, you get this image that like flashes in your mind of similar to the picture that um, Lucky Trails had in that ad that he gave you for Nebuchar, but this looks older. There's like pieces of that aren't there, and like different buildings in this image. Like this image, you can tell is just like a much older
Mhm.
um, place, but it feels much more real. You can like smell like this kind of wet, salty smell, almost like ocean, but not quite. There's like warm spray of water. Um, People like laughing in the background. These like sounds and senses that you don't really have with just that image.
Right.
Um, and you kind of look over and get this weird thing where you're getting a point of view of what seems like Famine's point of view, and you look over and there's like two people who look just like Famine standing right next to him
Right. Yeah.
as he's like walking up. But yeah, you get this memory.
That should work to get us all there safely. Actually, gonna read the teleportation one more time, but we can continue whenever.
All right, where's the meeting point?
What do you mean?
Well, if we're sending Maxie to go get the other two,
I'll bring him back to the just for the cave splits right here, unless you want to do it closer to the village or something. But I figure we're trying to get out of here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. Leaving Cradle back to here should be somewhat easy.
okay.
Yeah, I'll meet you here, darlings. And she runs off.
I like her.
I still don't trust her, but you know.
She's quite something.
Yeah,
Um,
cool.
You guys continue walking towards the cradle. You see that a couple of the kobolds notice you as you approach. Um, One of them says, "You've come at the right time. I think it's hatching. Something's happening."
We'd better hurry.
Well, with birth, you gotta give lots of space. So you should probably clear out. This is probably gonna be a big thing.
Oh.
Tobias, help.
Help with what?
Get them out.
Are there any kobolds here with medical degrees?
Are any of you doctors?
Listen, last time that me and my wife had a
Obstetricians?
child, we really needed a bunch of water. We really needed a bunch of very cleaning supplies, rags, things like that. This is going to be a very messy experience, and we don't want to really mess Eb's home up. Could y'all go get any of that stuff, please?
And make sure you have lots of boiling water.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a little deception check, and you can take it at advantage with
Make sure you
Tobias
try and
roll
boil
with
all the
Dylan's
water
help.
at the same time in one
We
really
are-
big pot.
We're so lucky that I didn't attune to the wand of fireballs, because the minute they said it's hatching, I'd have been like, ugh, yeah, like
Blat blat.
so lucky, dude.
Yeah, they all run out, and they like look at each other and like, oh yeah, we'll go get it. Don't worry. And they all just like charge out, like go into like I'll go get the water. No, I'll go get it. And they like are like running out, like
Okay.
arguing with each other.
How
They're
many
gonna get in each other's
kobolds
way.
are there?
There's like about a dozen there between the guards and the ones that had followed you in.
There's more in the village.
See, Dylan,
Yeah, there's a lot more in the village.
that was the dumbest lie I've ever made.
And yet,
Does
know your audience.
that say something about me or something about them? I don't know.
So are we
Oh, it's
blasting
hatching,
this
isn't it?
thing?
Yeah, so I'll say you enter, as you kind of like get to the space where you can actually see into the cavern. You see the light that was, like I said, mentioned purple is now like much brighter, and it is like this pinkish red. It almost looks like blood colored inside this thing, but like as it shines throughout the cave, it's kind of like the light becomes a little paler as it escapes. Uh, and you see it like moving and shifting now. Some of the like fleshy tendrils have been pulled off of the walls and ceilings completely. You also notice all of the black vines that were in here have all fallen off of it. They almost look like they've been blighted, as if they have been completely like killed or poisoned by something. Uh, like all of the vines have now fallen off onto the ground and are shriveled up. And the smell of death is much stronger in this room now.
That
What,
sucks.
what would you? And you see it shifting around, and you see something like almost like pressing against like the walls of this egg heart thing. Um, what would you like to do? Taylor?
Goodbye.
I think we know where to stab now.
Let's go, Dylan.
Let me go first.
What?
You
Trust
have
me.
until we run up.
Okay, I snap my fingers and I cast Fairy Fire on the egg.
Let me see if I have anything I can help with.
Yeah. I run up and yeah.
No.
I'm gonna jump up as high as I can to hook the longsword in and tear down.
Yeah,
Guess
I
I'll-
gloom Ripper. So I cast essentially I cast Booming Blade and start carving it to the left
All right.
horizontally.
Everybody who's gonna attack Shell, go ahead and get this out of the way. Yeah, Buster, you said you're casting Fairy Fire, or who's casting Fairy? Okay, so you guys will have advantage on this attack. Go ahead and give them to me, or these attacks, I should say.
Oh,
I
is
have
it
Elven
too late for me to
Accuracy.
hex?
You can hex as a bonus action before you attack. That's fine.
Can I do a quick little insight check to see if this is a good idea or not?
Sure.
Just for me. I don't want to tell anybody else about this. I'm just interested. 25.
With a 25, I think you get the sense that this is you don't think that this is a bad thing that you're doing. You think this is going to ultimately be fine or cause damage to this thing. But you get the sense that this creature is not gonna like just go down with a few round, like a round of attacks or something.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll swing then. Let's see. Wow.
It's really bad
Wow.
damage. Because I don't get that 12 necrotic.
What do I want to use here real quick?
Well, necrotic. Oh.
Because the Sword of Life Stealing, it just automatically puts that. I do get 6 necrotic.
This is a what do you call it? It's over the table. A table. This is a meta question.
I do need. Okay, that's 25. So those all hit.
If
I do need the actual.
If I set this as my favorite foe, will I have to reset it, or is it all one like entity?
I think
the
on
egg
the
different than the
insight, you
creature.
get the sense this is all one entity.
Okay. So I'll do that, and then I'll do Planar Warrior. Let's get some damage. Okay.
Sweet.
18 force damage. That's pretty cool.
So we see you guys stabbing blades in, slicing into this thing. Ichor looks like it's like mixed with like some sort of black ooze, and blood like begins pouring out of these wounds, like dripping onto, like splashing onto the ground in like big thick sprays. But there does seem to be a change as you do this. The shifting and pushing seems to be getting pretty desperate, and you see one of these cuts seems to like shift more than the others as you see it like rip apart and begin opening, not as if something's trying to escape it, but as if the heart itself is like forming a mouth as like these teeth begin like coming out of it. You see pieces of like where holes were stabbed into it. Some of them begin like eyes begin like pushing out these big like red eyes. And I'm going to show this creature.
Ew.
It's a teratoma.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh, look
This
at
creature
him.
is-
Oh.
Teratoma!
Look at this little guy.
I no longer
Uh,
feel bad about this.
As this heart thing begins to becoming alive, a creature of some sort, and it belches out this like noxious gas that begins to fill the room, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh no. Okay, I can't figure out my camera, so I'm gonna do the next best thing. You guys are gonna love this.
Oh god.
You should
He's just
see
so
what
close
that's
up.
doing to the stream.
Hmm?
The stream.
Oh, what about the stream? The stream knows.
It knows. There it goes. Okay.
The stream can see it.
I rolled an 11.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 6.
What is this thing's name?
Oh, this motherfucker?
Don't worry about
A
it.
10.
Oh.
I know that guy.
Scribidex?
I love Skrillex.
Skibidix.
Bangarang. Hell yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right. All right. So this noxious gas begins filling the room. So yeah, Tobias, it is your turn. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw at the start of your
Okay.
turn.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Hot
28.
nail.
Beautiful. Yeah, you
So nervous.
you managed to like avoid this. Yeah, it kind of like you begin choking a little bit on it, but you suck it up, fight through it, and you are good. You are now immune to this for 24 hours.
Nice.
Sucking it up seems like a bad idea.
Do not suck.
Okay, the opposite
Show us
of
what
sucking
you
it up.
got.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tobias.
Oh, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, it's been so long since I've looked at my stuff. Since I'm right next to it, I'm just gonna try to do another Gloom Ripper straight underneath its jaw to try to stab through it.
Okay.
And do I have advantage because Fairy Fire?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and put a little marker on here.
I've barely been able to use Elven Accuracy, and this is why we got it, baby. 27. Two. Sorry. What was 9 slashing damage, 7 acid damage, and 5 thunder damage. For a total of 21 damage.
That's pretty good.
And I'm just going to ready myself. It is now like double vibrating, while swirls of shadow are encircling it. For the after effect of
Nice.
Living Blade.
Yeah. Though you don't think this thing will be quite moving anytime. It still has like several of the tendrils that are holding it in place, though it does seem to be shifting and almost like floating under its own weight now instead of being held by the tendrils. Is that your turn, Tobias?
Yeah.
All right, Buster. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Well, actually, you're the one that you could be further out. If you want to be like at the cave mouth or something instead of in the cavern, you might avoid this effect.
How far would I be from the thing if I was at the mouth?
30 feet.
I'd probably be like 20, 25 feet away from it.
Okay. You'll
In the back. But...
Yeah. You'll still be affected by this thing. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have advantage on for any reason.
This is a poison effect.
Poison sounds very scary.
Yeah, as you begin choking on this thing, you feel your body beginning to weaken very quickly. You're going to take 19 poison damage.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's it, actually.
Do I still get my turn, or do I use my turn choking?
Nope, that's just... you still get your turn.
Perfect. Okay. I will use my Channel Divinity, dropping the Twilight Sanctuary around me. And then I will oh, never mind. Well, no, that's my action. And then I will hold there and have that be the end of my turn. And then I'm gonna check this macro. Is it correct? No, it needs to be updated. But that's temporary HP. It's more than plus
the group.
Plus 10, right?
plus 10, yeah.
30 radius. That's pretty big.
So we all get 16 temp?
I do. Everyone
we
at
have to
the
roll
end
it.
of at the end of your turn, you get to roll it. It's been a while since I've used it. It's been a while since we've had a fight. But everyone at the end of your turn, you roll it and you get that much temp HP.
Yeah, as you like raise your holy symbol towards in the direction of this creature. I'm assuming that's your turn, right, Buster?
Yeah, I don't really have anything with my bonus action yet that needs to be.
Where is the
Sweet.
spiritual weapon? Where is it?
This acrid black bile suddenly shoots from the creature's mouth, spraying directly towards you.
Sentinel.
You got to make a dex saving throw. This is not really an attack roll, so I'm not sure if that triggers Sentinel or not, but I could be wrong.
Is it undead?
Makes an attack against a target other than you. It just says makes an attack.
Yeah, those are weird around that. I'll allow it. You can go ahead and make your attack. Is
it undead?
It is not an undead, technically.
Okay, that's fine.
This motherfucker's aberrant.
Ooh, a 13?
Yeah, it does not pierce through the flesh of this creature.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw, please.
Hold on.
Buster.
Hold on. I have a thing.
What thing are you?
Does 8 do it?
Oh no.
You're going
I've
to take
never used that before. Jesus Christ.
34 acid damage as this spit
Jesus.
lands on you. You feel like sizzling immediately as your flesh begins burning. Your armor begins like the wood part of your armor begins like kind of like burning and sizzling under it, and you are just like drenched in the disgusting like I said, acrid bile of this thing. Just smells kind of like the worst, sourest puke you've ever smelled in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That baby spit up.
Oh, is that immediately after the turn?
Yes.
Oh, so you get to
Okay.
use your temp.
Yeah, I need to do that math differently. Hold on. But you can continue. I'll figure out the math.
All right,
Con
Dylan,
save?
it is your turn.
All right.
Oh yeah, you do need the con save.
My specialty.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Let's go.
You're
Do
gonna
I
take.
burn Indomitable?
Well, if you save it, you never have to
If
make
I-
the save again. So.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna burn Indomitable.
I should have done my inspiration.
Oh my god!
Looks like you're just dominable.
That's
I am Dominatable.
yeah. You are very dominable in this moment. You are going to take 18 poison damage.
Sounds
Really
good,
high,
boss.
ladies. Poison damage.
Sucks.
Woof.
That gets me just under 100.
Yeah, you're
Must be
fine.
nice.
As you choke on the smoke in the air, what are you doing, Dylan?
Fucking nasty. And I'm gonna swing.
All right.
Oh, I should have advantage because it's very fired, right?
Yes, that is true.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh
hold
yeah,
on.
you need.
Oh.
Buster needs to make some con rolls real quick.
Oh yeah, you
Save.
do.
Yeehaw.
I imagine a 22 and a 23 save, even for the 34 damage.
Some damage, right?
Okay, so 21 on the first one.
That'll hit.
And do I want to do... We're gonna save the maneuvers. So 4 necrotic. I don't know if I can trip this thing.
I don't think you can.
No, it's also
Yeah.
currently suspended. So.
Yeah.
It's a floating sack. It has no legs. I don't think it can be knocked prone.
So, swing again. 15.
Yeah, your sword just. You try and like cut into it, but it's like there's like a weird give to it. It's like a thick hide you're trying to cut through and resist the blade.
Fuck it. I drop the blade, action surge, summon the hammer of death with a bonus action, and swing 2 more. Wait, do I have 3? No, 3 attacks this next level. Damn it. Alright. Does a 30 hit?
30 does hit.
This is not undead, right?
It is not.
Okay, so I don't add the extra d8. So... And then... 18?
18 will not hit. You like
Okay.
slam it in, but it's just like barely not
bounces.
enough. Yeah.
Babies are bouncy.
Ugh.
It's just like
Hmm.
that's it. It bounces into it.
Okay.
That.
Yeah,
Roll
that's-
your d6.
Oh yeah, d6 plus
Okay.
10. Hell yeah. I'm almost at full life again.
Pretty good.
It's temp, but you know. I'm only 3 off.
Yeah. As you do that at the end of, or yeah, you attack it, it lashes out at you, like twisting to bite at you.
Ugh.
I'm gonna parry. Oh wait, but it's a nat 20. Never mind.
Silvery barbs.
You cast Silvery Barbs, use that spell slot in.
Yes. Don't have that many first level spell slots anymore.
So I'm just gonna do this so I don't have to do, but that's still gonna add the crit. God damn it. Do
Wow.
this so I don't have to add the crit damage. first.
So 16 does not hit me.
No,
So
he's only
I
gonna bite.
will-
He's only gonna Oh wait, what's the? Doesn't it silvery barbs like a roll, or how does that work?
It's
It's
like
a forces a
It's
reroll.
sort of disadvantage. It's just
Oh, okay. I misunderstood how silvery barbs. I forgot how
Yeah.
it works.
Imagine if
So
it
I
rolled
would like
another
to.
d20.
I would like
Sweet.
to
Or
riposte.
20.
Okay. It's only a
Also,
level
Olin,
one
you
spell.
have Olin. Have you
That's
gone yet?
No.
You
I
have
should go
advantage
full.
on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within 1 minute.
Okay. I already have advantage on attacks, but if I...
Well,
Well, you have to
saving
do a
throw.
save at the beginning.
No, I don't, because I don't have to breathe.
Oh well. Does a 29 hit?
29 does hit. Yeah.
Cool. So because of riposte, I get to add superiority dice because it hit. Okay, cool.
Riposte.
So 18 damage. Riposte. Oh, you can make sure I'm reading that right.
Maneuver riposte.
Yep. Looks good.
Riposte.
Olin.
That's me.
I do need a con save. It does not matter if you breathe this stuff in. Just being in the room with this smoke in the air is enough that it can. Its corruption can take hold. So I do need a Constitution save
Well,
throw from you.
I'm not going to make it, but I'll roll it.
You have advantage, homie. You got this.
I'm not going to make it, but I'll roll it.
It's your specialty.
Just a 15 save.
It does not.
Shit.
Let's see here.
I'm sorry, I tried.
No, it's okay.
Oh, but I rolled really low for this one. So you're gonna take 7 poison damage.
Is this for the future? I assume I'll have to roll this again. Is this a saving throw against being poisoned, or just a saving throw against poison damage?
Poison damage.
Okay. Well, I have resistance to poison damage anyway, so
Sweet. So
I will take
half.
3 damage. Don't forget to roll for your temporary HP, by the way, from Buster's thing.
Got 15 temp.
Gamers.
Feels good.
Okay, well I'll take 3 damage real quick. And
Incredible.
then I'm just gonna swing at this thing. I'll do 1 swing. 22. I think a 21 hits, so.
22 will hit you.
Okay, and this will have my planar warrior and favorite foe damage. So that's 20 force damage. Damn.
Yeah, this thing is like, you guys are doing some pretty heavy damage to this thing. It is bloodied.
Okay.
As like just you guys have like sliced, diced, crushed, so there's like it's bleeding from all kinds of spaces, bruises from the hammer. Yeah. Anything else, Olin?
I'll swing again.
Do it to it.
Oof. And that'll be another 9 slashing damage.
Sweet.
Do I get the feeling this is too easy? This is going too well.
No, I mean I think you guys
I personally
came
get the
prepared.
feeling it's going too well.
You got the jump on
Same.
it a little bit because you got there before it fully formed. And you guys have advantage on all these attacks. You're doing really well.
Fairy Fire's
Yeah, it's so
Insane.
huge.
the
Also
fact we
already
couldn't
burned.
save.
And that's
It
my
is
turn.
going- It is going to use its last legendary action before its actual turn. And
I have no reaction.
it is going to. I'm just gonna bite at you, Olin.
Okay, it probably has disadvantage on this.
Well, it misses. So. Why would it
Nice.
have disadvantage?
Protection from good and evil.
Ah, okay. Huge. Yeah, it misses. And now it is its actual turn. 1, you notice its injuries begin regenerating.
Yeah.
Oops.
We don't have a lot of holy stuff in our shit.
In our kit.
Yeah, not really.
I mean, I do, but I got other priorities.
Yeah. No, what you've been doing has been important.
Oh.
I'm gonna re-roll the.
Roll your
Roll my
real.
tab, yeah.
Yeah. I can't talk.
Let's go.
Nice.
Okay. So first, it is going to puke up another batch of bile. I feel like it should be able to hit more than one creature with this at a time, but it's only one creature. But who is it going to aim at? You know what?
Not to be that person, but Tobias, it would know is immune.
Immune to what? It's contaminated.
Oh wait, I was thinking of gas.
I
was thinking of the gas. JK.
I was like, what am I immune to?
Tobias, it turns to you first, puking out this same acidic goo that it spit on Buster earlier. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw for me.
For sure.
Let me set this up so it actually rolls it.
Where is it? There it is. 17.
That will not be enough. You're going to take 32 acid damage.
Absorb. I'm also going to use absorb element. Oh no, I can't. It's not my turn yet.
Yeah.
Acid damage as it just pukes this bile on you. Squirts it out at you.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
It's like those lizards that squirted out of their eyes.
Yeah. It turns, trying to take another bite out of Olin, having disadvantage on this. It will miss. It twists and turns, ripping a tendril off the wall, and like where it's still like stuck to it, but pulls it off of the wall and sends the tendril swinging towards you, Tobias. With a 20, I believe that will hit your AC.
That just hits.
This is actually going to be, I changed this ability somewhat, so that's not going to be piercing, it's going to be bludgeoning instead.
Okay.
It's not going to matter hugely, but you're going to take 22 bludgeoning damage as this tendril just slams into you.
Ouch.
And then it gets one more attack. This one's going to be at Dylan. I think it's going to rip another...
Ah, damn it, I can't parry. I used my reaction.
Parry this.
If I roll well enough... Oh, that doesn't hit.
Yeah.
If I roll well enough with parry, though, I can get a 35 AC.
It pulls another tendril out of the wall. It goes like slamming, like it kind of lands, hits the ground, sliding down, and just kind of bangs into your greaves, not really doing much of anything. And that is its turn. Tobias, we're back to you.
How's it looking?
I mean, it looks rough. Its wounds have begun healing, though, so not as rough as it did, but it's still bloodied.
All right, I'm pissed off, and I'm going to do. I'm going to quicken another Gloom Ripper, and it's with Elven. It's with Fairy Fire still up.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 to do 27 points of damage, and then I use my action to do another Gloom Ripper. Oh, no. Oopsies. Not what I meant to do. That's 25.
25 will hit.
And that's another 30 points.
That's a lot of damage, buddy.
God damn.
Yeah.
John really gave us the big boy weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You guys shaking off the dust on some of those. We haven't done a combat in a while.
Making my +2
I kind of-
katana feel like.
I figured this thing would not last too terribly long against y'all. Though it is hanging on by a thread. And it does get one more legendary action. Tobias, is that all for you?
Yeah, that's my action and bonus action. And there go 2 sorcery points for me.
All right. Before Buster gets to go, it is going to. We need another deck save from you, Tobias, as it squirts bile at you once more.
I don't like squirts.
Oh.
23.
That is enough. Yeah, you save, so you don't take any damage.
Oh, yes.
You manage to like dodge
Oh
out of the
my
way.
God.
Now you're expecting it because you're already like sizzling from this stuff, and you're like, oh fuck no, not getting hit by that again. You
Piercing
avoid
blood.
it. Buster, go ahead and give me another con save from the contamination in the room.
I'm gonna use
I
my
believe in you.
inspiration for advantage.
Yay!
Let's go.
Hey,
We make
all right.
those.
Yeah, so you succeed. You are now immune to this contamination in the room.
Hell. Fucking. Yeah. What do I want to do? I think I still like. No, I don't want to get hit by it. Or do I just send it? Yeah, I will send a 3rd level guiding bolt at it.
That'll hit. All right, go ahead and give me a description for this guiding bolt, if you will.
Buster, upon healing or saving from the poison, kind of like steadies himself, like wipes whatever bit of bile or blood from the side of his mouth, levies his little holy icon of like a little campfire symbol, takes aim real quick, and like to him he can't like really see it as it's happening, but he kind of like puts the symbol like in the sight line of the thing, and on the other side of it it's just like a very short, like thin beam of light that just like passes through, and if it kills it, if that's what you're trying to get me to narrate,
Sure. I was going to describe some of that, but you can go ahead and tell me what that.
just
looks like you
burns
are gonna kill it.
burns a little hole like of that shape through like to the back side of it, or like emblazons it on like the back of the cave wall,
Mm.
and just like light just like slowly burning that away.
Yeah, and you see it like shifting. As you guys all can see through this hole to the like back of the cave, it like shifts a little bit, like as if not quite realizing that it's now dead. Before it sags, several of the tendrils suddenly like bursting off of the wall, its body like falling to the ground, and like squishing, almost looking like a tomato that's been like thrown on the ground as it just like bursts with like ichor, goo, all kinds of stuff beginning to cover the floor of those standing. And the room is now filled. It smells like the most rotted fucking meat you've ever smelled in your entire life. And there's no area where you can get away from quite how thick that smell is. The heart in the cradle now no longer beats. Actually, keep music kind of going for now.
Just kind of gagging, but does it look like any of the things it absorbed are
You
in
don't-
it?
You don't see any items or anything like that. Are you poking through it with your sword?
Yeah, just like
Owen will get in there, just like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, you get in, shifting around, like you don't see any kind of items. It looks like whatever was gifted to this thing was completely absorbed by the creature.
then I would just like to bonk it with the hammer, just because I'm concerned about the ring of regeneration.
Sure, you like just
Double
kind
tap.
of make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bang the hammer of death on it a couple of times. Oh, and with the hammer, it's like
It'll
eventually the
dust
body
it.
turns to dust
Yes.
as you slam it in. And I think you do notice it. Like there are like parts of it that almost seem to be regenerating very slowly, and you
Nope.
turns to dust. No longer a threat. And even as the body turns to dust, that smell kind of dissipates. That rotting smell a little bit, though it's still the ichor of its body still kind of like fills the room.
Time to run.
All right, we've done what we came to do. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, you guys. I'll leave this up for now, just in case.
I'm gonna as we walk out, I'm gonna be using prestidigitation to clean off all of the bile and acid that is on my body.
Smart.
Well, that was gross.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we
I
fought
need a bath.
much worse things than that.
Well, absolutely, but that was probably the grossest thing we fought.
You all in you cannot smell, I don't think.
Oh,
It was truly an assault on the senses, the likes of which I'm glad you don't have to face.
I feel like that smell is going to be in my sinuses
Whatever.
for months.
Whatever.
I did notice a very slight burning inside of my nostrils, but only
That's
about,
what that is.
only about 3 damage worth.
Famine speaks up and says, "Oh well, I believe my temporary contract is fulfilled with you. I shall be on my way."
Oh,
how
do
are we
you not
gonna
want to come
find
to the
you if
springs?
her question first?
What was that question? I'm sorry.
Oh, did you not want to come to the springs?
No, I have things to do now that I'm out and about.
Fair enough.
I have a brother to spank.
I don't like the way you worded that.
Yeah,
the
as I was
phrasing.
saying,
Times
I
have
recognized that it
changed.
was a bit weird as I was saying it, but
Phrasing?
yes, but you know, punish him lightly for the things that he's done in the past.
So
Lightly?
Well, he's dead. There's only so much I can do.
this is not getting better.
What?
Never mind.
All right. Well,
If-
carry on.
If old girl wakes up, how are you gonna find us to help out? Or how do we find you?
Oh, well, we're bound, my friend. I'm sure you'll figure out some way. I'll always know where you're at, and if you have the magics, you can reach out to me.
Alrighty.
How romantic.
Not very convincing.
I'll talk for now. When you see him begin shifting and changing form, as he polymorphs into a vulture, and begins flying from the cavern.
Huh.
Just a little scavenger boy. Seems appropriate.
Vultures are cool. Let's go.
You guys begin running down the hallway back at you pass like some kobolds returning with like buckets of water and stuff that
You're
kind of
gonna
like
need
look
that.
at as you guys head out. As you burst out from like the actual cavern itself and come outside to where the little gorge is, where the village is kind of like built along the side of the mountain wall here. I think the first thing you notice, the mist pouring over the mountains beginning to flow
Yeah.
down.
Uh, do we see Maxie, Lucky, and Armand?
Yeah, I think you see them as you're coming out. They're kind of like not running, but walking quickly. The three of them heading towards you. Some kobolds have noticed, and some of them are looking at you, but most have noticed like the mist beginning to kind of like flow down into the mountain itself.
Okay.
And Maxie's like, exit plan, exit plan. We've got an exit plan, right?
Gather, hold hands, everyone.
All run together.
I address the kobolds running around and I say, I'm so sorry for your loss. Your queen is asleep and your egg was stillborn, I guess, technically, word for it. Gotta go, and I cast teleportation.
Oh no.
Making sure that all of us are connected. That's 3. Hold on.
Go ahead and pop out the
Look at
spell for
those.
us.
I don't
Yeah.
have it on my sheet, but
Dylan
I
just has a
I can
death grip.
I can figure it out. I can figure it out.
Olin and Maxie are holding hands very like, oh.
Is it very cute?
That's cute. Oh.
Maxie's got a big grin on her face.
Interlaced fingers, you know, all the whole 9 yards.
Dylan is just death grip on whoever is next to her.
That's a big ol'
That's a
spell
wall.
block, dude.
Hey, transporting from one place to another is complicated.
Many people are saying this.
Many people have said this, yeah.
Up to 8 willing creatures. I think we're good because that's 6 other than me.
So I think this is seen casually. Perhaps?
It's not very
It might even be
familiar,
viewed once. It's not very familiar.
but he got firsthand memory of being there.
I viewed it once and I got a memory of someone who saw it casually at a casual memory.
Listen, I'm
of his
trying,
casual
okay?
brothers.
Don't you also?
Yeah.
you also
Casual's
got a
better.
picture- You also
I'll
got
give
a
you
picture
seen
from Lucky Trails.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
that
giving.
was
Let's.
viewed once at least.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving you seen casually with the combo here. I know that the DM rolls the D100, but
You want me to
it?
do it? You
Yeah,
want me to do it?
of course.
No,
If
I
you-
hate that more.
I like that we could just teleport into the mist and fucking eat it.
But the thing is, I have 3 charges. So if we blast into Schittsburg, then oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Right?
I think so.
Let's go.
Fucking beautiful.
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
It's a big old roll.
Oh.
Yeah, very familiar. It's a safe. It's a pretty safe roll. You only have like a less than 25% chance of fucking it up.
Oh, I was fully okay with seen casually was the table that we were going off of.
50,
Yeah.
I mean, a 50-50 is pretty solid too, honestly.
The table is much better on.
Oh yeah, that's what I
5
meant. It's seen
equals.
casually.
It's
seen
actually.
casually.
I mean, you
Yeah.
either
laid
get
out.
it or you don't. So
Yeah, I forgot seen
Yeah.
casually, not very familiar. So there's still a good chunk of percentage, but 91, you're golden. Beautiful. Oh, I don't actually have an image for Nevichar. I just realized. You cast the spell. There is this moment of feeling like your bodies are kind of like dropping out from under you for a moment, the ground gone. And I think this feels almost familiar to some of you, is like a similar way of you just kind of finding yourselves on the train with the Mist Wardens sometimes. One moment you see mist rolling over, filling up this like mountain caldera. The next moment you are gone. And you're standing on wet, dewy grass. The sound of a river flowing behind you. The smell of the ocean nearby. And you see a small idyllic village leading. You see kind of like hills surrounded by forest. This idyllic village with like a small walking path, the one that you, exact one you saw in your memory that Famine gave you, leading up into like these buildings. Um, and you see I think you see a woman lounging on the front steps of this path, kind of sitting with a bottle of wine in her hand, who kind of like jumps a little bit, and like suddenly there being like several people
Who
standing.
smell awful.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Really disgusting.
Couldn't
Just
have
like
dropped this in the river.
appearing in the path, and yeah, it's just like an elven woman who like suddenly like jumps, looks at you for a moment, looks at the wine, looks at you, um, and then she slowly like stands up. You see she's wearing like these green robes. They're very simple, and she says, "I'm I'm sorry. Are you here for the spring? Your guests?
I think we could all use a bath.
They smell nigh awful." All right. Well, um, she kind of like looks around. She's like, "I'm sorry, but where did you come from? I didn't see you come up."
We just were being really quiet.
We dropped in.
We popped in. Yeah, it is. You are
It's
not
not the
seeing
wine.
things. Do not worry. Yes, this is magic
Well,
happens.
we haven't seen any guests in quite some time. I suppose you got coin, do you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
just a
believe we
A piece
can
or two.
pay. We can pay whatever needs to be paid.
Well then, welcome to Nevershar Springs. And she begins walking up the steps, waving you through.
What we doing here? Well, I guess it's spa day, huh?
Everyday spa day at the springs.
See, we've earned our beach episode, I think, at this
It's
point.
the Onsen episode, yeah.
How's the mist look?
So the mist here is interesting. You see, you can kind of like, I think once you get up the hill, you can actually see the beach some distance away. You can see the mist kind of like right up to where like the beach meets ocean. It's kind of hovering there, and you can make out a river some distance away. The mist seems to be hugging the river some, but there's actually like a good bit of area. It's the mist here is like almost splotchier than some of the areas that you have been to. But it's relatively open. You see, you can hear like birds chirping from this nearby forest. And honestly, this seems more peaceful than a lot of the places, I think, than any of the lands of the mists that you have been to or explored. It's very quiet in this way of like you don't really hear a lot of people like running around. That like laughter you heard in that memory, a distant thing. There you don't hear any voices, really anybody talking as you head up these steps.
Just gonna make some idle chat with her as we're heading up. Just, have you been, like, I don't know, finding things turning up missing recently? Maybe misplacing objects? I don't know.
That's a odd question. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I lose things all the time, but that's because I'm a bit of a lush. And she takes another swig.
My kind of woman.
Now I'm the greeter. You can call me Tinya.
Tinya?
Mm-hmm. It's Madame Cardena that does most of the true spiritual work here, but I think the first things first, you'll need baths.
Desperately.
You smell like the back end of a dragon's ass, if I may be so forward.
Not far off. Really close,
It's
actually.
very
Won't be
funny that
accurate.
you say that.
And she leads you into a kind of wooden structure. It looks like a small little entrance building, but you can see like the steam of baths coming from the other side. She brings you into this building, points to where there's like some baskets. She says, "Go ahead and drop your things there, and we'll get them all washed up. And once you get undressed, you can just head on through. It's I hope you're not shy. We don't really, it's everybody goes to the same pool."
Oh, I don't really think with a shy type.
Mix
there
the
a towel?
bath.
Aye, we got towels that be right outside. And I should say it's a spring right now. We're charging pretty high fees, but it'll be 25 gold apiece a day. Is that your stay?
That's pretty steep.
Inside check. Is she fleecing us?
Yeah.
Right?
For real.
Is she fleecing us? Man who has 10,000 platinum. Are we getting ripped off?
I just want to know if she's fucking with the people who aren't locals. Not because we don't have the money and we can't handle that, but just to see if, because she's a lust, if she's grifting us. Just because it's like they don't fucking know what they like. I've never seen these people before.
Yeah, Buster, I think you have a hard time getting a read quite on her. Could go either way. She's a little
Fire.
drunk, so her facial features aren't like quite as easy to read naturally.
Right.
Dylan, I think you like. There's like this moment where she paused a little too much, where you catch where it's like, I think she's just making up this price that she's giving us. So I think you do get the sense that this is like, I don't know that you know whether this is like steep, but it does feel like she's just like made
Making
it
shit
up.
up.
Yeah, on the spot.
Yeah, just as the conversation keeps going, and so 20 gold a day a piece, that's fair.
No, 20, 25.
No, you said 20.
Oh, don't try and gaslight me,
You
Mistress.
are
I'm
lush.
I'm the best gaslighter here. I mean,
This is not. This you should not wear that as accolade on your heart like that.
We
This
can
is
do
very.
We'll give
Yeah.
you 15 and you'll be happy about it.
15.
What?
Do we have any
I
wine
will-
on us?
I will pay you 25.
Oh, I don't
respect
mind paying
her.
25. I'm just being a brat.
All right,
I respect
I'll pay
the
30.
hustle.
That's fine.
Oh, all right.
You drive a hard bargain, but I'll take it. So let's
Just
see.
be-
It looks like there's 70 of you total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that math come out to?
175.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. 175 a day.
I'm so bad at math. I was gonna say 150 with so much confidence.
You should have.
If you don't mind to pay up front for at least a day, how long do you think you'll be staying?
Oh,
least
I
a
haven't
day.
had spa day in years.
We offer a wide range of service. We'll give you a discount if you stay for a week.
I mean,
Aye, 150 gold a day. You won't find a better. Well, the springs are infamously famous, and they're good for healing too. If you got
150
disease, illness.
150
Is
gold a
anyone
day.
Is anyone
For all of
All of
us.
us.
Oh,
If you can,
It's-
if you
it's
can do me the
25 off.
math,
your discount is each one of you have to pay 150 gold a day.
if you can do me the math for a week stay of 150 gold for all 7 people, right
10-day
now,
week, so
right
it's
this
easy
second,
math. 1,500
10-day
gold.
week, Darkon fucking sucks.
1,500 gold, and you'll be all healed up. I promise you won't regret it.
We won't be staying here for a week. This is very great offer. I
not?
like the discount, but we'll pay by the day.
We might be
Alright.
staying here for a week.
175 then.
Yeah,
Shit, we might be
be.
staying here for a week.
It's a long rest.
Don't listen to him. He's short. He doesn't.
Listen,
You might
Damn.
be drunk.
I think that
should we go
baby
find
was
like?
made of booze.
It includes meals and drinks too.
Can we give you
Oh,
the
my
decision by the end of
God.
the day? Here's 25 gold right now.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take the first day, and then we'll go. I'll give you, to count towards the full thing if you decide to do the discount prices.
At full 25 extra gold. Yeah.
So it sounds like you
Hey, it adds
guys,
up.
y'all gonna want to subtract 180 from the party thing since Olin pays 30. Unless you're subtracting that out of pocket on each of you. I
Yeah.
don't know if you're taking that from the.
I was gonna subtract out of pocket, but if we're
Mhm.
using party fund,
We'll need the party
I've-
fund for the other 3 maxis. We'll be like, oh yeah, you got me.
I'm gonna be honest
Yeah,
with you.
right.
I've stopped tracking my money. I think I have enough at this point.
We should all have pocket change of your strength times 100.
Mm.
Just pocket gold. Fucking
2,000
around,
gold.
boy.
Pocket
It
platinum.
might come up
Yeah.
important. It might be important.
I literally have 2,025 gold in my pocket.
Platinum weighs twice as much as gold. Did we decide that last week? Or 2 weeks ago?
I remember.
Something like that.
No,
that sounds
platinum
right.
weighs the same, right?
I don't think so.
Either
Because we
way,
just did. That's fine.
you guys pay out.
Yeah.
She steps out and be like, I'll bring you a couple of bottles of wine.
Well, alright.
And you guys are kind of left to your own devices here. Maxie like immediately begins like taking off her clothes, like no shyness about her whatsoever as she strips down. Armand looks much more hesitant. Lucky shrugs and begins like taking his things off.
Dylan is awkward.
It's times like this that Buster wishes that he had like a tear away heavy armor.
Just all snaps.
Yeah, all snaps, just rip it away, be fully nude, and just jump into the bath.
I think Olin
But
starts
no.
walking in full armor.
Well, then you have to take that off.
It's gonna ruin the bathwater, man. Come on.
They wash it separately.
I'm gonna prestidigitate all of Olin's clothes to completely clean them.
We almost died to a dragon if that went bad. 2 of us have made soul deals with. I don't even know how to context this entity, truly. We've been through a lot. I'm gonna get in the bath.
Oh, I'm getting in there.
Don't be shy, dear. Maxie calls towards
Maxie, what are
Olin.
you? What? When did you get here?
She's already. She was
You've been
first
here the
one.
whole time.
Yeah, she's already like about to like walk out towards the bath. She's already like completely nude as she's talking.
Maxie, can you pass me a towel? Can you just pass me a towel?
Oh, sure, yeah. As she steps out and comes back in, handing you these thick wool towels.
Yeah. Olin looks out, looks down, looks out, shrugs. Starts taking off the armor. When in Rome, I guess. And you all see for the first time Olin without any armor on. Probably ever. Completely covered in scars and tattoos that look like constellations running down their entire body, like toe to top. Keeps the eye patch on.
Now that we can fully see Olin's face and body, like what are their features look like? What's this person look like? Hair, face.
They have a long silvered hair that looks like not artificially silvered. It looks like it's silvered like with age. It's a long ponytail, so you would have noticed that it's like kind of flows behind in general, but they take out the tie and it flows down. It's like down to probably their hips. And then they have a bunch of like, if you look like closely at Olin, it sort of looks like their features don't quite match each other. Like the ears are definitely elvish ears, but they don't really look like they fit the rest of the face. There's like nicks and cuts across pretty much everything, you know, like the tips of the ears are like look tattered. For instance, they're muscular, but it doesn't look like realistic muscle. It looks like it's been like like painted on, basically. And anytime, like all that you see, like if you really are paying attention, is that the body is not like, does not look natural. It doesn't look like, all the pieces look real. Like if you look at each individual piece, you're like, okay, I understand that. But they're like combined look very alien. Very slender build. What did I say? They're 6'10" and they weigh 110 pounds. So it's like barely anything
Weight.
on
Yeah.
there at all.
Jesus.
So underneath, you know, the armor makes them look a lot more normal
Bulkier.
size. Yeah.
Mr. Skeletal.
And you can almost like see through the skin. It's like almost a translucent white. And you can see under each like tattoo like celestial energy sort of flowing like blood.
Wow.
That's dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And Olin disrobes and steps to the edge of the spring and basically says, I feel like we've been through enough together that I don't have anything else to hide. If we're going to die, you may as well know who I am, or who this version of me is. Walks into the water, sits next to Maxie.
Maxie whistles as you come out. She's already like in the water as you exit. And you see there's like, the way these hills are set up, there's like flowing water coming down out of like these caverns at the top of the hill that you can kind of only, you can see them, but you can't really reach them from this set of baths. And this water is kind of like flowing down to where there's just like a spring here. It's kind of flowing water, so you can kind of wash off. But it's like steamy compared to like the chill air of the day here. Yeah. Maxie's already in. Olin, you come in, sit next to her. I think Armand's probably like the last one out, or one of the last ones out.
Dylan awkwardly undressed behind a towel, went out wrapped in the towel, and got in the water, still wrapped.
Like the towel's like wet, like as you're
Just-
going down.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. As you sink in, each of you washing away the dirt and grime of really the last little while, because even you had some downtime at Umbraverna, but there's no baths at Umbraverna or anything like that. So this is like the cleanest you guys y'all have been able to get, I think, since coming to Darkon, realistically.
Yeah. Tobias is dadding out in the hot tub for sure.
Let's go.
Tinya comes out with like a few.
Relax, kind of spreading out.
Tinya comes back with 3 bottles of wine and enough like glasses. So there's like or they're like wooden cups for each of you. And she says, "Nah, if you stay here for more than one day, Or tomorrow, if you need special healing or anything, um, the mystic Cardine, she'll take you down to the Cascana Sanatorium. It's where the true healing comes, and she kind of like motions towards the caverns at the top of the hill. And I can spell that for you. Cascana Sanatorium. It's famous. Can heal any type of wound, of the mind or body, given enough time.
Hmm.
Thank you. We'll probably head down there after this or tomorrow.
Cardina will visit you before bed. She's in the middle of doing an important meditation currently. But enjoy bathing yourself, and you should know that our motto here at Neverchar Springs is never wait to wash away the old you. So come here, wash away the dirt and grime and the things that ail you. Neverchar Springs is a place of peace and calmness. So welcome. You're currently our only guest. In fact, you're the only guest we've had here in about a month now. It's been kind of slow since the whole Shroud thing, but we're glad to have you. If you need anything, I'll be well, actually, do you mind if I join you?
Fuck it, I was just about to suggest. Please hop in. You have nothing else to do.
She
Pick your brain.
pulls off the green robe, which is like you realize very quickly is like the only thing she's been wearing, and she like just slides it off and
How
just
is she not cold?
slides into the water. I'm used to this. Slides into the water next to y'all. Are there any scenes or conversations y'all want to have while you're here bathing, getting clean?
Buster's usually just floating around on top of the water with like a towel on top of his head, like the little monkeys in the hot springs. Yeah. Or like the stereotypical. It's so fucking animated, me, right? All I can think of is like on 10 episodes in the animes. I do want to pick Tenya's brain about like Madame Cardania, or like I want to see if it's probably worth asking about the Rex that was resurrected here. Dalen Rex? Darkalis Rex. Maybe like all like as we're hanging out in the hot springs, go around and like get people's opinions on like, we are outsiders. Very clearly showed up out of nowhere. First people these people have seen in a long time. Is it a good idea to just show up out of nowhere and immediately ask, hey, what's up with this fucking guy? I don't know about this. Is this a good idea?
I mean, we could just say, hey, we heard these rumors back in Martira Bay.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, y'all have news from Iluluk or Martira Bay or Rivalis? Where are y'all from?
Yeah, we have news.
We've been
to
on a road trip,
two
I
of
guess.
those.
Well, they don't have any news anymore.
Well,
Well,
that's not necessarily true. The Shroud is moving fast.
It does seem to be creeping in. I noticed just a bit ago it seemed to shift a bit. So I guess it's getting worse, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Cardena has some rituals that she thinks help at least protect the springs, but we'll see. Should be safe enough here for now.
Does Cardena often come up here? Would she stop by, perhaps?
She'll come and find you before you go to rest. We have rooms that we keep for people to stay in, and she'll want to visit before your first night ends here.
I'm just sure we'll have plenty of questions for her.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. There's a few of us mystics here, of the Eternal Order, of course, and but most are with her working on the ritual. I'm kind of the one set out to be the greeter, make sure everybody gets cozy in case we have guests. I appreciate you making my day a little more interesting. I usually just get drunk on the front. I usually am just on the front steps by myself, waiting.
Working diligently. We saw it.
We did.
Aye.
We'll give you a
Make-
glowing review.
I appreciate that.
So, is this just like a vacation spot, or is there like a town associated?
It's not really so much of a town. It's mostly a place of healing. Vacation spot, really. But we're famous for our healing springs.
Hmm.
Do you
Ever
know-
since the Shroud moved in, so we don't really get much. We used to get people from used to be a village around Lake Course that come out until the Shroud swallowed them up.
Mm.
So you get people from all over though, back in the day.
Do you know anything about a contingent of Eternal Order folks sent to Iluluk a couple weeks back?
Probably from the Warriors. Yeah, we haven't. We've been separated from them for some months now.
Separated in that they've been gone, or that you are a different organization?
Split off.
Yeah.
Separating that they went with a Shrouder, supposed to bring goods back, and well, we haven't seen him come back.
They got hired to help deal with a peasant revolt.
Oh, there's revolts in Iluluk again, eh?
Huh. Probably
Yep.
not for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
things
of
seem to
many.
have resolved.
Well, good to know some of them are still alive then.
Mm-hmm.
It's Owen
Most of them
chokes
were-
on their drink.
A lot of them were raised here in the spring. Madame Cardena has to bless each one.
They were
But,
raised here. How long ago was that?
well, it's different for each one, I suppose, based on the age. But the Eternal Order's been based here for decades and decades. Led by the Mystic that always heads us up, Cardena. It's their fourth reincarnation.
Hmm.
How long has this incarnation of Cardena been around?
Quite a while. She's, I suppose, well into her 200s at this point.
So she would have been here before the event.
Oh, you mean before the... Oh, fuck, I forgot.
The shattering, the sundering, whatever.
Aye, the Sundering.
The big sky hole.
Before the gold star hit the sky. Aye. Hell, I was alive back then.
She's an elf, yeah. That makes sense.
How did things, if you don't mind talking about it, how did things in Darkon change? It's before our time.
Well, The mist used to be the edge of the world before they started swallowing it up. There's a lot more travel, I suppose. People are always coming into the springs and leaving. We had, you know, the warriors to keep the peace. There's a lot more people then. But most people would stay at the village by the lake, and then come in and out. Not to travel. I don't know. I'm not saying it at a better time, but it's definitely more interesting. We're kind of on the edges of Darkon year, so never quite as crowded as the old Rex Crown or the Jagged Coast. Hell, even Rivalis, which is known for its being kind of peaceful. More people there than over at the old springs.
Hmm. You know, we heard rumors in the Yellow Look amongst all of these revolts that there was a recent miracle or revival that happened here to one in the line of the Rex family.
A miracle.
This was described as a miracle, as a big event that the Madame had performed. The Rex, I forget the name fully, but do you know anything about this?
Making a persuasion check.
Can I pour her a little more wine to help?
Sure.
I will roll this normally. Oh no.
Oh,
Womp womp.
I forgot you have disadvantage.
Blub, 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 blub.
If I don't know nothing about that, I guess you could ask Madame Cardini if she knows of any miracles. Only miracles here is the healing, though. We do have a miracle. There was once, old Azalin Rex himself came once to be healed here ages ago.
What was he like as a customer?
What did he get healed for?
Well, I didn't hear what it came to be healed for. That's business of the Mad Mystic, but you know, he's what you think most rich folk be like. And she kind of glances at y'all, like trying to measure you a little bit to see if making sure she doesn't like offend. She says,
Laughs.
Rich?
actually, she kind of like looks a little bit. And, actually, I'm pretty sure he wore that crown. Where'd you get that?
This one.
Oh wait, I guess you're probably not wearing it in. Well, actually, yeah, you're probably wearing it in the
Yeah.
pool, huh?
Can
That's
you
like
hide
the-
it?
That's the only thing I'm wearing.
It's just the crown.
Just as a fact.
What a fucking power move. Get into the hot spring with a crown on and nothing else.
Yeah, this one I found in where did I find this one?
We
Montero
got it.
Bay?
We got it
Martyra
in
Bay.
a gift shop in Martyra Bay.
Replica.
That's very nice. Yeah, I mean, he was dressed all fancy, posh. Talked in a funny accent. It was kind of
Don't we
odd because
all?
he traveled with well, they say there are clones of him. Traveled with someone who looks just like him.
That's crazy. Wow.
Aye, very odd, very odd.
Although I suppose in a world of magic like this, anything is possible.
Aye, I just can't imagine having somebody with my face walking around. Be very odd.
Yeah.
But I suppose I should make sure
I
the
have,
lady.
I have a thing actually.
Oh.
Sorry, I rolled.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
What happens when you're not
Oh.
ones now? You cut out your
Oh
hobgoblin.
yeah.
I don't know if I fully cut out my hobgoblin. I don't know if because the echoes aren't like fully gone.
Yeah. I explicitly said you weren't going to be able to get rid of the whole.
Yeah, and I'm
whole
fully
thing.
okay with that.
Let's see, folder. Receive a different time, replace overlapping your surroundings. Okay, interesting. Different time, place. So I kind of want to go. I think it'd be easy to say this reminds you of like Faye, but I think I want to go older, something to like. You're remembering the baths of
The
old
warrior
Darkmoon,
baths.
yeah.
All
Like
these.
there's this like disjointed moment of like where there's like several soldiers who are also in this bath with you.
Mhm. They were always like comparing war stories and being like manly, the perfect embodiment of what a hobgoblin warrior should be, and I was always terrified and intimidated, and so I would oftentimes practice holding my breath at as long as I possibly could, just to like stay in the bottom or in the corner, just looking up at the ceiling of the baths and in this rough hewn cave or wherever the fuck they were. And upon remembering that, I think Buster also kind of just like holds his breath and sinks to the bottom of the springs for a second.
I'll hold his wine up above the water.
Yeah.
I think there's this moment you don't hear that voice that doesn't come as readily as immediately, but there is like this kind of like weird you sink down into the water. Do you close your eyes to do that or do you keep them open?
As long as this isn't like a saltwater bath, I think I keep them open.
Yeah, these aren't salt. So yeah, you keep your eyes open, but there's this moment where you're kind of like looking down at your body and there's this weird like almost dysmorphia where you're like seeing both bodies at once or like a shadow of the hobgoblin body over the one now you've been in longer even than you were a hobgoblin. Yeah.
Yeah, Buster withdraws a little bit, but he's still kind of just in the hot springs.
Tinya is going to stand and say, well, I better make sure the Madam Mystic knows you're here. I did send a signal, but she can get deep into her rituals.
Can I make an insight check on Tinia and just get a feel if she's really who she says she is?
Sure. You're just trying to see if she really like
I don't know, like a disguised self something, or just like a just not the.
If this
Yeah.
is actually the madam sizing us up.
Yeah.
If
Go ahead and give me an
she's an
insight.
actual mystic. She's just a random woman who's fleeced us for money.
Or she's an
We
actual,
don't charge for the
10.
springs. What are you talking about?
This is why I'm training this skill.
Yeah, I mean the best of your abilities. She seems to be,
All right.
you know, who she says she is.
I'll thank her for hanging out, drinking with us, and greeting us.
Yeah, of course. If I don't come back in time to lead you there before you get out of the bus, the next building over, you take a right out, you leave here. That's where we'll have the room set up. All the doors are unlocked, so you could just help yourself to whichever room you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, easy when there's no other guests. And she kind of like grabs her. I don't even think she bothers with a towel. She just grabs her like robe and pulls it back on. Do you need anything else before I head out?
Would you like me to magically dry you off?
Nah, that's fine.
All right.
And I think she's like, oh, I got that, and she'll wave her hand, and you see the water like drip down to her feet. No worries there. And she walks out. And
That's a different person.
She's an elf.
You know, she's been alive for a long ass time.
She's a mystic. She's an elf. You can do magic, I bet, probably.
Yeah. You know, that was weird. That whole thing with the egg, that was weird.
Hmm.
And then we're just here.
Hmm.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
We put a giant dragon to sleep. We went in the Shadowfell for a minute. We met this weird creature named Famine. We got really rich in a matter of 10 minutes. She's gone. She already knows what they were rich. I'm wearing a crown.
We got moderately wealthy. We got a middle class.
Upper middle class.
Maxie snorts.
Come on, dude.
People
We
that
have-
are born rich don't understand.
Should I make you a bib that says "rob me"? Like, come on.
Are you talking to me or Maxie?
Well, you.
Lucky,
We got rich.
Lucky speaks up and says, "Oh, this might be a good time to remind you that I was going to be paid extra to bring you to the springs, and as you see, we are here."
Don't push it.
No.
Well, we'll discuss my fee later.
Lucky we're paying for your room.
And your spa. Like, this whole experience.
That's fair. A week here is more than enough.
I fucking love Lucky.
What a guy.
Yeah, I think Armand just looks kind of like thoughtful and reserved and feels like out of place. So it's not really saying too much. Maxie is practically in Olin's lap. Just like legs over, like arm around their shoulder.
Is there an area that's like a little bit secluded from everyone else?
Not here, no.
No. Oh,
Not in these particular baths.
I'm just gonna.
I will
wade
say there's
over.
a boulder that's kind of like in the middle that you get a brief, like a small amount of privacy if you want.
I'm gonna wade over to the boulder. And
The
just
boulder. Sorry, that's all I could
no
think
longer
of.
feels conflicted.
The boulder, no longer.
Just gonna sink down under the water and just process all of the different lives and memories that are now conflicting and sort of all up in my brain, and just disassociate away from everyone for a little while.
Oh, dude, nice. One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Me too.
You want me to dry you off magically?
She's
She's
still in
still
the
in there.
water. She's just behind the boulder, underwater, just
Oh, I see.
Tobias, you
has
think
not drank any wine.
Tobias, you think we could get one of these on the train?
Oh, we can definitely tell the commandant about this. Yeah.
A train with a hot spring on it.
I mean, we've seen
Yo.
weirder things, guys.
Have y'all? I think you have, but have you told Maxie about like the Mist Wardens?
Yeah.
What is it gonna-
Not like
Some
maybe
reason.
it's
Not in
like
super detail,
surface, surface level. Like
Yeah.
This
we're
would
not
be the
from
perfect time to
Darkon.
recruit her.
Are you, to Maxie, are you looking for a job?
Mm, I mean, the word job doesn't really sound like anything I would be going out of my way to look for. Plus,
You
Okay. Yeah.
You've been hanging out with us for a little bit of time. Would you say what we are doing reads to you like a job?
No. So far, it's been batshit insane, is kind of how I would describe it. But it's been fun in a good way, you know.
I don't think that I have seniority enough to make hiring decisions, but if you're interested in doing this batshit insane job, this is kind of what we do. It is, the situation is a little bit more out of the ordinary than most jobs go, but you know, you travel many different places, meet many different kinds of people, do this in dealing with the mists in general. Very rarely will you go somewhere and there will be, you know, dramatic prophecy based off of you coming there on a gig. But, you know, normally it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was the norm for you, if everywhere you went there was some prophecy following on your heels. I mean, that does sound interesting, and it feels like there's a 50-50 chance that you'll actually manage to save Darkon before it's swallowed up by the Shroud, and I will need somewhere to go. And honestly, I have been in Darkon for a long time, so it's probably about time I moved on.
I believe we're usually always looking out for recruits because turnover is a thing.
As I'm sure you know, adventuring is not exactly a. we don't have good insurance. Not a lot of workers' comp for adventuring.
We work off commission.
It's not very stable as a.
Although we do get to keep what we find, so.
Perks.
No dental, but.
I mean, I guess until I find a place to settle down, could be interesting. I'm tentatively on board. Tell me, I'm not sure I really understand. Why are we here? What are we looking for at the spring?
You know? I don't know.
We don't know exactly.
What's the thing here?
The regalia, or not the inheritance.
The inheritance.
Inheritance
but we don't know
of Rex,
exactly
but
what
it is, yeah, it is
Like,
very vague.
Is it like a necklace? Is it a pair of shoes?
Is it a deed?
You were told by Famine that it is called Warweaver.
That's right. That's right.
Maxie, if
We
you were
know nothing else.
if you were a magical item called Warweaver, what kind of magical item do you think you'd be?
It sounds like a magical needle that someone would sew a tapestry with. I do kind of like the sound of being a magical needle, small but sharp and dangerous.
I was just thinking a sword, but that makes a lot more sense.
I've never actually heard of a magical needle, so I'd be very surprised if that's what it is. But
Huh.
What about you, Armand? What do you think?
oh, interesting.
Oh.
Armand don't know shit.
Give him advantage. He's a nerd.
This is his one thing is that he's a nerd.
That's why we brought him along.
I don't know that.
Also because he's a sweet cinnamon roll.
That too.
Yes!
Wow. Wow.
He's been on a globe-trotting adventure with these absolute chuckle fucks that have almost got him killed multiple times.
did get him killed once.
Yeah, no, we did. He did get eaten by a worm and unalived temporarily.
Momentary inconvenience.
Yeesh.
Did you say Warweaver?
Did someone say Warweaver? Blessed day to the Thunderseekers?
Oh no!
Yes.
Ow!
Warweaver. Are you familiar?
I've heard it or read it once, I believe. It's a very esoteric tomb about Azalin, but it's said that he carried like a mark of his office as king. Dark Halls had the same thing in the tales. It's an item. Well, I guess one of these regalia of Rex that you've been looking for. Yeah, but it's said to be a very ornate. It's like a ceremonial rod that was held in hand. There's not really much information about it out there, but the Rexes always had this ceremonial rod when they were giving out decrees.
What do you think, Lucky Trail?
Oh, I've heard of this Warweaver, actually. It's, the boy has the right of it. It is a powerful rod. They call it Warweaver because it's said that whoever carries it, the actions they take always weave towards war.
See, I can't tell if he's bullshitting.
Lucky.
He's never told the truth once. Why would he start now?
Not once in his life has he told the truth.
I don't need to roll insight, man. I get it. I love it. That's why he's still here. But I get it.
Goofy motherfucker.
But yes, I did not realize it was the very noteworthy and powerful regalia Rex that your party was looking for. So that's a task worthy of adventurers such as you.
We should have asked.
Yes, well, I am very well traveled, but sometimes we do not know what questions we should be asking, eh? This is actually my third times being at the spring, so it's good to be here.
What was it?
I gotta do it. I know it's disadvantage. Yeah, you're fucking. It's a tease, but I just want to catch him.
Oh my god!
God, are you kidding?
Holy shit.
Hey! Oh my god, congratulations! You just hit 5!
That's a nice milestone.
That ones.
Oh my god.
30 episodes. It took me to get 5, and I got 2 of them in the span of like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you kind of were like unsure when he gave you the flyer. You kind of got the vibe that he had not really been here.
But clearly, this is his 3rd time.
But now,
Holy
like as he's saying this, he seems so like set. You're like, wait, maybe I got the wrong read before.
I can't believe I never trusted Lucky Trails. Holy shit.
And you're a bit
So
distracted
based.
because go ahead and roll again for your nat 1.
Does it? Okay. It's the same one. That's not interesting. Fuck that. Do something different. We've been there. Oh, the like mechanical
similar.
effect. Yeah, that's.
I think so it's like blinded to your actual surroundings. So I think it's just like literally it's just settling in deeper where it's like you can't even see where before it's like a shadow overlaid. Like there's this moment where you can't even see your friends around. Like you just see hobgoblins. You see your old commander Druck sitting there being like, "Hey, don't piss in the pool again, all right?" As they're all like jostling.
This is the first time.
What
These like scarred warriors.
What'd you say, Buster?
And they're like,
No, I'm just like whining in Goblin. Like I'm speaking a language that I don't think I've ever, maybe like as a bit spoken in front of you guys, but like,
And it's like ancient goblin.
yeah, ain't like I'm grunting in Goblin with like a Jersey accent in a way that like is in fucking comprehensible all of a sudden.
yeah, you're just a bunch of soldiers making fun of you for like not really having battled and like they all give each other shit. But yes, they all like insinuate that you've pissed in the pool as you've been here before and
Yeah.
all ragging you. So there's just like this moment where you're like, you're no longer in Nevichar Springs. You're back in Old Dargoon. Fully.
Buster's head's fully hung, ears pressed down to the back of his head. What the fuck is happening to me?
Beautiful. You guys spend some more time in the pool. Moments go by, Buster, where you're able to get your senses back. These visions vanish. Each of you become like wrinkled as you get out of the pool. And it is like the sun beginning to set at this time, so it's like getting dark. Some of the stars coming out that you can kind of make out through the misty sky.
Are those the healing springs, or the actual healing springs in the Cascana?
The actual healing springs are in the Cascana Sanatorium, which seem to be like up in the mountains. These are just like the entry
Nice
baths spa. Like these are just kind of like cleaning you off, letting your muscles relax in the heat, kind of thing. So these are kind of just like the first phase. But as you are to actually upload Cardena's picture, because I could have sworn I might not have quite expected you guys to make it this deep. So I don't have the image for Cardana yet. I will have that next time, or Cardena. But I think as you guys are all like getting out in the sun setting, a woman steps through the door. A beautiful elven woman. Her hair is red. Oh no. There's too many redheads. Her hair is black. A deep black. They've very long, but kind of also she has like these like ornate like side buns, and then like there's just pieces of it that are like going down long in braids down her back. She's wearing a similar style robe as Tinyo is wearing, but hers is white with like flower petals and trees kind of embroidered all over. It's like very high end and looks like silk. Her nails are long and painted. And she looks at you with these green eyes that look very knowing as she like smiles at each of you as you're kind of like making your way out. And she says, "Welcome, travelers. I'm sure you have come very far. I hope to get to know each of you during your stay here and find out what ails you and what brings you to our spring. But first, I need to know what the Mist Wardens know about the fall of Darkon.
Can we go one place without somebody knowing who we are?
No.
And
No,
that's
We
it's
can't.
illegal.
where we'll
They all
end it.
know.
I definitely should have done more Irish accent for her, like 10 years. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching this far. Next week we'll learn more about Cardina Artazis, the mystic of the Nevichar Springs, and find out whether Warweaver's here. What about this reincarnation of Dark Hollis Rex? What is going on with these rituals, and what is the Eternal Order really up to here?
And what's Tenya's deal?
And what is Tinya's deal? And yeah, our heroes will obviously thrive in the hot springs here, but we'll find out, making sure they survive, or will they find themselves taking a dive beneath the hot, hot water? Find out next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.